There's a weird moment when I was in the Marine Corps where we were like talking, like my platoon was talking and we were all joking around, and we came to the conclusion that like if we were in the like apocalypse, we would be the raiders. Like we would be the bad guys, and we were like, how did we get to this point?
No, now see, is it bad guys or are they just misunderstood?
I mean, I feel like when you're eating people, you kind of...
That went from raiders to cannibals real quick, Steve. Okay.
Cannibal raiders.
Okay. Hey, so welcome to the Very Serious Podcast with us.
Welcome, episode 3. I'm here with Chip Skylark, a.k.a. Mr. Shiny Teeth and Me, a.k.a. EJ.
And I'm here with Rick Astley's love child. Okay, so we're going to...
Yes, Steve, but this time with an F instead of a PH. So I'm running out of new ways to spell my name wrong.
That's like Steve, S-T-E-F-E.
I was thinking F-F-T-E-E-V-E-N.
You made that a lot more complicated than it needed to be.
I'm very illiterate.
I was going with like Stefan. I don't know where the fuck you were going.
Steven with an F.
Steven with an F.
Fucking So speaking of cannibals, how is Mexico?
Wait. Well, actually, it was really fun. So I went to Mexico, for all of y'all that didn't know about my day-to-day life. And it was really fun.
While you were gone, I doxed myself.
Fucking, that doesn't surprise me. Fuck. But no, it was good. I got to see the Mayan temples, really get in touch with my culture, and I learned that my culture is fucking horrifying.
Horrifying or super metal?
Metal, I guess, yeah. It's really nice to know, though, because the Mayans used to put people's heads on sticks to, deter people from like invading.
Yeah,
it's nice to see that tradition is still alive in Mexico. Because anytime I pass by Juarez, I'm just like, oh yeah, there's another head.
Yeah, Juarez is a terrifying place.
Oh, it's so scary. But so I wanted to bring up about the sacrificial stones, because I thought this was wild. So like when you think of like people being sacrificed at like a stone, it's like, oh, they lay the virgin down, and they just cut their heart off, and they're like, no, dude, it's just a rock, like a very uncomfortable rock. And they have two people, one holding the person's shoulders and the legs, and they break their spine.
Jesus.
Over the rock. And we were like trying to figure out, I was like, oh, is that like to paralyze them so they don't struggle or anything? And our tour guide was like, oh, no, it was very well known that it was just aesthetically pleasing.
Jesus Christ. I would be really mad if that happened to me, because, like, if you're going to sacrifice me, at least let me, like, lay on something comfy.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And it was like, they just sacrificed, like, war prisoners. So those people were probably already, like, malnourished and didn't want to fight back. There are all kinds of fucked up torture methods from like ancient times. Like every civilization had like mastered their own way of just fucking people up. My personal favorite is the medieval spiked dildo.
That one is pretty horrific. Mine was always drawn and quartering, because that is just like, have you ever worked with horses?
No.
They're super fucking strong animals. Yeah. It's terrifying. And like the idea of like just tying all your limbs to different horses and then sending them in different directions, that is a really fucking terrible way to kill someone.
Jesus. Yeah. I mean, dude, horses are just fucking scary. Like I don't get people that will just like go up and pet a horse that they see. It's like, if that thing bites you, your hand's gone.
Yeah. If that thing kicks you, your head's gone.
Oh yeah. Which brings me to giraffes. Wow, they've such big fucking hooves. They'll just like eat a lion.
Yeah. Dude, giraffes also, like, I still can't believe they're a real animal.
Thank you. Okay, I have a real problem with giraffes. Like, this is an actual thing. Like, I have
Giraffes look like they should be bullied.
Dude, Okay, the first thing they feel when they're born is pain. A 6 foot fucking drop from their mom.
God damn.
I imagine how angry the animal must be after that. And it has horns. Why?
Yeah.
For what? What evolutionary purpose do they have nubs on their fucking head for?
Yeah, they have the most bitch-made horns, and no one other than other giraffes can actually see them because no one's fucking tall enough to.
Exactly. They have blue tongues. Why? Why?
The only cool thing with the blue tongue is chows.
Wait. What's a...
Those like big-ass fluffy Chinese dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they have blue tongues.
No shit. That's weird.
Well, they're kind of purplish. But yeah, it's pretty wild.
All right, last thing about giraffes, though, because this is like a topic. You opened a can of worms. I really don't. I don't get why they're camouflaged. Like, no one can see a fucking giraffe in the safari. Like, that makes no goddamn sense.
They're camouflage. I can still see you. You're like 30 feet tall.
Just pretentious fucking assholes. I see no reason why a giraffe should exist, but a unicorn doesn't. You see?
Yeah, I mean, giraffes sound much less believable than a unicorn. Like a unicorn, it's like, yeah, a horse that has a horn. That sounds like something. That sounds like something that could exist. Yeah. A giraffe, it's a 30-foot long-necked leopard moose.
Leopard moose that sort of looks like a deer, sort of has muscular structure of a horse, but all in all, actually just fucking stupid. I hate them.
Always look awkward when they run. And anytime they have to get something off the ground, they have to do that like dorky shit where they like
split and they're like, I'm drinking water now.
They look like a dog going through puberty trying to get up off the ground.
See, I don't get the point of like having such a long neck because it's like, oh yeah, I can eat things in trees. So can like everything else that can climb a fucking tree. Yeah. So
you remember when that guy got in trouble because he shot a like old giraffe and Twitter got mad? Did you just celebrate because you hate giraffes?
Oh, dude, I was honestly like, had it coming.
Now, see, I was unhappy about it because I found out that like the killing that giraffe was actually good for the giraffe community there.
Oh fuck!
Like, there's a legitimate purpose for it.
Yeah.
First off, you paid a bunch of money to the like wildlife rescue place that was there. The reason that they killed that one, he was too old to mate anymore. But because he was like the biggest bull in the area, he was beating the shit out of all the other males and not letting them breed. And so he was actually negatively affecting the giraffe population, and they were going to euthanize him anyways because he was super fucking old.
Yeah.
And then some guy was like, hey, I want to hunt a giraffe and I'll pay a bunch of money to the people who are keeping giraffes from going extinct if you let me do that. And they're like, yeah, this guy needs to fucking go anyway. So he killed them. And yeah, I think we should just let giraffes go extinct.
Yes. I think we should adopt that into our society. If you're a male in politics and you can't get it up, just cap them.
Yeah. What other animals should go extinct?
Elephants, they're too smart.
I don't know. Elephants are cool. I wish we would just leave elephants alone and let them do their own thing.
Have you ever heard about the serial killer elephant?
No, but I have heard about the elephant that got drunk and went on a fucking rampage.
That one's funny. I do remember that one.
Yeah.
So there was this elephant. I watched this like little fucking Planet Earth documentary, whatever the fuck it was about it. And it was like they had a specific enclosure, you know, like to protect these elephants.
Yeah.
And elephants are like super smart and they like attach to like have a lot of emotions. This elephant's mom died when it was like super fucking young.
Yeah.
And like the rest of the pack or herd, or I don't know what the fuck you call a bunch of elephants, but they just left it. And they were like, oh, fuck this little orphan.
God damn.
Yeah. And the people like watching them, like taking care of them were like, oh, it's probably going to die. No, it lived and it got super fucked up in the head. So what it would do is it would just go around to like different herds of elephants and start killing the women and then raping the dead bodies.
So elephants are not far off from humans, unfortunately.
It was fucked up.
I don't know. I feel like we should leave all the really smart animals. Like chimps have there's a society of chimps in Africa that have entered the Stone Age.
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, dude. So this is wild. Apparently, large groups of chimps are called societies, but they found this one group of chimps in like I think it was like the 80s.
In a society, anyway.
Yeah. So do the chimps.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they found this group in like the 80s. And at the time, they thought that like chimp packs, whatever you want to call them, wouldn't organize in more than groups of like 60 or something. They found a group of like 80. And they started observing them, and they were super fucking smart. And so they start like studying this group for several decades, and they noticed that the chimps were going to war with the nearby other groups of chimps. Like they would literally get the biggest, strongest males and have them travel silently in ranger file through other chimps' territories, and they would single out ones that were separated, and they would kill them. And they would do that until they took the territory over. And then they would everyone would either have to like join them, die, or leave.
Yeah.
They start using Stone Age tools. And I think it was in like the 2010s, the population went from like, had gone from like 80 to like 300.
Shit.
And then they had to stop studying them because they started getting aggressive towards the humans that were observing them.
I know the apes. It's real.
Bro, that's cool as shit.
Dude, I honestly, I like watching the stuff about like chimps fighting because it seems like I'm watching like an episode of like Vice Gangland and shit.
Yeah. Well, chimps are little bastards. They're like all the traits they share with humans are like the worst traits.
Oh, yeah. Same things with dolphins.
Yeah, dolphins are fucking psychopaths.
And they're smart, which
Yeah.
if they had opposable thumbs, we'd be done.
Dolphins love raping shit.
Yeah.
So, dolphins will masturbate by biting the heads off of fish and then using the body as like a fleshlight. And I read that and was like, that's horrific. I don't ever want to see that. And I told my friend that. So he went and found a video and sent it to me. And don't look it up. It's not something you want to see.
I could have gone my whole life without knowing that.
Dolphins are evil.
I mean, like, I get it. Like, they kill sharks, and I get it. Like,
Yeah.
At first, I thought that was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's cool. Dolphins ganging up on the fucking apex predator of the ocean. They just do that shit for fun. They don't. They don't do it because they need to.
Yeah, they're not like, oh, we're gonna clean up the neighborhood and get rid of this dangerous criminal. No, they are the dangerous criminals of the ocean. They're just mugging an innocent shark.
Yeah, the sharks like actively avoid them, dude. It's like the sharks like swimming through, and then a whole bunch of dolphins come up. Like, you're on the wrong side of the fucking reef, homie. Like, shit.
You came to the wrong neighborhood, motherfucker.
God. Animals are fucked up.
Yeah. It's funny when you see that, like, vegans are like, oh, obviously not all vegans, but like the super extreme ones, they're like, oh, animals aren't cruel to each other. Animals are super cruel to each other.
Yeah.
Bears, like grizzly bears, won't kill their prey. That's not good.
Huh. Goddamn ERCOT.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. Our camera unionized.
Good thing we broke out the deal, so now it's finally going to finish to completion.
Yeah, dude, did you know that, you know Henry Ford?
No, I don't. Wait, which Henry Ford? Is there two multiple?
The car one, not
car one,
not the Harrison one.
Harrison Ford, that's what I was thinking of. Why did I think his name was Henry?
Harrison and Henry are pretty close,
Yeah.
but Henry Ford was the car one. And
Yeah.
did you know that he hired a Navy boxer to go in? His only job was to go to factories, and if anyone talked about starting a union, he would beat the shit out of them in front of all of the other workers.
I feel like that might be illegal.
It wasn't. It wasn't back then.
You could have given
It's definitely illegal now.
back then. When was he around? Like the 50s or some shit?
No, that was like the early 1900s.
Oh, Jesus
it's
Christ.
like Model T Henry Ford.
That brings us back to talking about the damn people that are like, I'm born in the wrong century. Fuck them.
Yeah, dude, this is the best century. You can do so much in this time that you can't do anywhere else.
Yeah.
People used to have to like jack off to images in their head.
Dude, imagine having to get a picture and jacking off to that. How sticky would that picture be after a year?
Yeah. And it's just also like you get bored of that picture.
Oh, totally. Also, but the people are like, oh, I wish I was in the 1950s and shit. I wouldn't have been allowed to do anything.
Yeah, I like talking to my brown friends. I don't want to be in the 1950s. I also like smoking the reefer.
I saw a video actually where this woman was like, okay, imagine us, 1950s. And it was this black woman and a white guy boyfriend. And she was like, would you still be with me? And he was like, oh, you know me. I don't like to break the law. And it was illegal back then. I don't know how she didn't just break up with him at that.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, baby, but that's illegal.
Yes. And you know how much I don't like to break the law.
Man, that technical difficulty really stepped on our... what's the word I'm looking for?
You're looking at me like I know.
No, I just drew a blank, but I think that almost kind of like proves the point. But we did get work done. We like worked on our new logo.
Yeah.
It looks promising.
I think it has a lot of potential.
Definitely not a red herring.
No, not at all. I had to do a field sobriety test. Disclaimer, I was sober. If you drunk drive, there's a lot easier ways to kill yourself. Just going to put that out there.
Yo, Kurt Cobain proved the easiest way to kill yourself is to get your wife to do it.
Jesus Christ. But, so I had to do a field sobriety test. One of the things they do is they shine a light in your eyes. And they're like, follow the light only with your eyes and not with your head. And he like was holding it like well above my head, like this high, guys. And he was like, yeah, I'm holding that pretty high up there. And I was like, yeah, are you expecting me to move my head right now, sir? Like, I'm not dumb.
the way he phrased it, I'm holding it pretty high up there, made it sound like it's like the beginning of a weird porno. Dude, you're like, it's pretty high up there, sir.
He did have a pretty attractive 70s porn stash, so I would have been down.
I don't trust cops with mustaches.
I don't trust anyone with a mustache.
Fair. That's why I got rid of mine.
No, I keep mine because I don't want people to trust me. I don't want people to come with me to their problems.
I want to deceive people.
I don't.
Yeah. On the topic of way out of left field, on the topic of Gundam, who is the best Gundam waifu?
Oh, and it's got to be the one in Iron Blooded Orphans, the one that's like all over Mizuki's dick.
I was gonna say Gundam Barbados.
Yo,
because I mean that was, dude. Mikazuki had 2 bitches on him, and he was like, "But I have a Gundam."
But honestly, though, if you had a giant fucking robot,
bro, I would never leave it. Yeah. I would live inside it. I'd put a toilet in there, and you would have to bring me my food.
I mean, that's basically what he couldn't move unless he was hooked up to it.
Yeah, he became a crippled. Yeah. that show got depressing.
For all of you that haven't watched it, go watch it. It's on Netflix. Okay, so you know how like before dropping the bombs on like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the U.S. like dropped flyers and was like, "Hey, y'all should probably get out of here.
Yeah,
we're going to level this city." What if like which one got bombed first? Hiroshima?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Whichever one got bombed first. Let's say Hiroshima.
I think it was Hiroshima first, and then Nagasaki.
Imagine like you're one getting that flyer, and you're like, "Fuck, I need to get out of here," and then you go to Nagasaki. But then you were asleep when those flyers dropped. So like,
did you hear about the guy that he survived the first bomb? And he took the train to go stay at his work, which was in the city that got the second bomb. He survived both, but he was there to visually witness both bombs.
Well, and now he can't visually witness anything because his eyes are burned out.
Yeah, also, he's been dead for a while because that happened a long time ago.
Radiation poisoning really gets to you.
But imagine being that unlucky that you're like, man, my house got blown up in a nuclear blast. Guess I'll go stay at my office. Never mind.
Never mind. forget. What I liked about Genghis Khan was, what was he called? The green something. He's called a green something. He was super good for the environment.
Yeah, he killed so many people that it like reduced the CO2 footprint of the human population.
Actively cooling the fucking earth.
Yeah,
What a green hero. Like, honestly.
Yeah, he also raped so many people that like a third of the people in like Europe are genetically descendants of him.
Yeah. I mean, we have the same thing in America, but it's with Thomas Jefferson and black people. I mean,
it's not a third. Jesus, dude.
I don't think it's the. Well, you sure about that? Yeah, lost. I don't know.
Dude, Ben Franklin has to have way more descendants. That dude fucked.
Think so?
Ben Franklin fucked. Did you ever hear about the issue of him becoming the ambassador for France?
Wait, no, what?
So they needed him to be the ambassador for France because he was really good at that kind of stuff. But he also was a complete degenerate. And so they were like, all right, Ben, we're going to make you the ambassador to France. Please just don't get drunk and fuck whores the whole time. And he was like, of course not. Of course I'm going to go do my job. I love America. And then he did the true American patriot thing, and he went to France and got drunk and fucked whores the whole time.
Probably tired of all the fucking colonial people.
Dude. And then there was, who was it? They made a play about him, but they made it racist.
I mean,
Hamilton. Dude, Hamilton, the fact that that's a famous play is the most racist shit I've ever seen. Because Hamilton was an actual thug. Like, this dude died in a duel with his with his rival in front of a bar.
Yeah.
He fucking he used to cheat on his wife and then brag about it in the papers.
That's the kind of pimp thing to do. Though.
Yeah, and so like a bunch of theater nerds got into a fucking room and they're like, how can we convey this to modern audiences? This guy was a womanizer, just a drunk. He was violent. He was prone to irrational and irresponsible things. How could we convey this to a modern audience? And some douchebag was like, let's make him black. What the fuck, guys? And then everyone was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. I'm like, this is racist as fuck. Like, do you guys know the history of Alexander Hamilton? That guy was a psychopath.
Yeah. Be honest, never seen it.
I haven't watched the play at all. There's going to be someone that complained, but as someone who knows the history of Alexander Hamilton, the fact that someone was like, to convey this to modern audiences, he needs to be black, that's racist.
I'm going to be honest, the only people that I know that like it are white. So
yeah, I'm convinced it falls into the category of like enjoyed by like white liberals with condescending opinions about minorities. Like, you know, the guy that's like, he's like a college dropout and he's like, you know, it's my duty as a white man to help all those poor minorities that can't help themselves. And it's like, bro, you can't help yourself. What are you doing?
I hate that.
I fucking hate those people.
Ooh, I want to segue back to my time in Mexico real quick.
Go for it.
Because weed's legal down there now.
Yo.
Yeah, and it's really weird, though, because no one treats it like it's legal. Like, we were walking down the streets of Playa del Carmen, and the way they sold weed was still like they were secretly drug dealers. Like, some dude would walk up right behind me and be like, hey, marijuana? You want marijuana? And I'd just be like, no, because you're being weird, dude.
Not if you ask me like that, sir.
And then there'd be people that were like selling like cigars, but then right behind them, there was just a tray of like weed cigarettes. And I was like, what? I looked it up because I was like, is this legal?
I don't know.
I was like, I don't know. And I looked it up. Definitely sure it's weirdly legal because they can't have more than like, I think it's like a half. No, it's like, it's like a half. You can't have more than that.
That's lame. Dude, did you hear Lil Baby got arrested in Paris?
Yeah.
For possession of 32 grams of weed?
See,
I don't think he should have been arrested, but goddamn, does that make me feel poor?
I just don't get like. I mean, I get like you're rappers and you have money and you do drugs like everyone does, but like you can still go to jail. Like you can be smart about it.
I don't know. Apparently, he was hanging out with Kanye West, and if I got to hang out with Kanye West, I would probably do some illegal shit just to try to impress him. I'd be like, bro.
I don't think Kanye West would be impressed.
He probably wouldn't be. He'd probably. I mean, I think Kanye West is like the same level of Asperger's as I probably am. So I would probably just be like, "Hey, Kanye, I have an ounce," and he would just look at me and be like.
He would then text someone.
And then he would just look at his phone, and then I would look at my phone, and that would be the remaining of us hanging out.
Oh, no. He would look at his phone, shoot a text. About 30 minutes later, a truck would come full of weed. And he'd be like, hey, Steve, look what I got.
Yeah. But he'd be making that face that he does. Just
yeah. And then he'd tell them to leave because he doesn't want to share his shit with you.
Yeah. Either that or he'd invite me to go play basketball with him against Drake. Like, it's weird. I'm not a giant Kanye music fan. Like, his music's good. I just am never like, man, I want to listen to some Kanye West. But I love Kanye as a person because goddamn is he entertaining to watch.
I think that's loving him as a person. I think that's loving him as an object for your viewing.
The same thing.
I think we need to have a talk about your morals and your ethical standards here.
Probably, but hear me out on this.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna be a church clown now.
Church clown.
Only for kid shows.
And by church we mean Buddhist temples.
Yeah, Kanye confirmed Buddhist. Now that Kim's gone,
Here first. Yeah, that was all just for her. She wanted the image of a good Catholic home.
that fucking whore.
Jesus Christ.
It's okay. I don't think anyone who's a fan of Kim Kardashian is going to watch our podcast because
She watches.
she watches every time someone mentions her name.
Yeah.
Like, you know that scene in The Dark Knight where like Morgan Freeman's got all those monitors in front of him and he can see everything happening in Gotham.
Yeah.
She has a setup like that, but it's just everyone mentioning her name. She just knows immediately.
I find it funny how we think she's doing all this. It's really her mom.
Dude, her mom is a fucking... she's like a mob level thug.
Oh, dude. I mean, honestly, I wish I had someone like that in my life because that would just help.
I mean, I'm kind of glad.
Shit done.
Like, I had some shitty parents, but I'm glad they didn't pimp me out to rappers.
I mean, it was caught on video. She was like, as a mother, I was really disappointed to see that come out. But as a manager, like, who the
yeah, what a monster. Well, not only that, there was like during the OJ trial, like she was married to one of the people who was defending OJ, and she was fucking OJ, and she brought her other boyfriend who she was fucking to the trial to watch her husband defend her other fuckboy.
Anytime anyone says OJ now, I just think of OJ Simpson's face on a carton of orange juice. I don't know why. Like one of those like lost children on milks. That's what I think about. It's like a constant thing.
Where's the juice? Do you remember Survivor?
Yeah.
I remember that looked super cool as a kid, and then like as an adult, I realized that they're basically just camping, and I don't understand how they made it look so hard.
You know,
If you put me on the beach, I could survive for fucking years. People in Hawaii literally live like that.
you know the show I really don't get?
Not everyone in Hawaii, just homeless people. What show?
People like that everywhere. Fucking, Naked and Afraid.
That's a good one.
Why do they have to be naked?
I don't know, but I feel like I could star on that show whenever I get too drunk and take a shower. Because I am very naked and afraid. Or when you're blasted on shrooms and you take a shower.
Yeah.
Or when I'm blasted on shrooms at
This episode of the jokes that Steve has done. Nice.
Episode 3, doing psychedelics with EJ.
Dude, There was one time I was on shrooms, and me and my friend took a walk down our neighborhood, and it was like dark, like it was the middle of the fucking night. It was midnight, and all there were street lamps, and we were walking down the street, and we were both like, "This street feels like bad, like it doesn't feel right." And then I heard like something behind us, so I quickly turned around. Mind you, I still am on shrooms.
Yeah.
But I swear to God, I saw something like jump inside a tree, and like leaves were actually falling. I don't think I hallucinated that.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Can we leave now? Can we go back to the house?" Like,
one time I was on this like bike trail behind where I lived, walking my dog while I was blasted on LSD at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I straight up was like, "Man, this looks like the road to Narnia."
The Bridge to Terabithia.
What a great movie.
Fucking depressing movie. You mean Jesus Christ?
My favorite part was when the kid went swimming in the little creek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
What was that? What was the movie with the bees? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Movie where boy dies of bees.
I feel like that's a lot of movies. B-movie?
My Girl.
My Girl.
Yeah, and the boy was Macaulay Culkin.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was him like when he was like at Home Alone age, getting killed by bees.
Oh, that's kind of fucked.
And honestly, who doesn't want to see the kid from Home Alone get murdered by bees?
Christ. I feel like a lot of people don't want to because they were rooting for him. Were they not? I don't know.
Oh, well, dude, I feel like the bad guys in Home Alone probably jacked off to that movie. On one hand, I want to cut that joke because I don't want people on the internet to know I made that. But on the other hand, this expression is priceless.
I'm pros.
And that concludes episode 3. Thanks for watching.
Fuck.